Hello there, this is the Shadow Ranger, and this is going to be after Immortal number 6, Guys and Dolls. This feud is going to set up a program between Ink Inc. and Mexican America. It's a program that I will want to lead into Bound for Glory, and it will also introduce 2 new knockouts. Now, as I've said in the previous videos in this series, I believe that the Immortal storyline, when it comes to an end, whatever pay-per-view it comes to an end on, has to be a pay-per-view that is all about culmination. I believe that every feud going on in TNA needs to come to an end at that pay-per-view, which I personally think should be Slammiversary, and that starting on the very next Impact, you need to come out with brand new, fresh feuds and storylines. And this series has involved just me throwing out some ideas for storylines that I have, that I thought up. Now, since this video, like all of the other After Immortal videos, do involve fantasy booking, I need to give my disclaimer. I am in no way saying that I can book wrestling better than the bookers or writers of any wrestling organization. These opinions are mine and mine alone, and only represent something that I would find entertaining. Okay, so first of all, we need to do some setup for this storyline. First of all, TNA's been teasing this sort of either heel turn or breakup of Ink Inc., which I think both of those things would be bad. I do not think Ink Inc. should break up. I do not think they should turn heel. One, they're a team that everybody really likes and people really get into them as baby faces. Second, splitting up your tag teams, splitting them up does nothing for either guy. These are 2 guys who separately are pretty useless. There's really, I mean, I like Jesse Neal and I like Shannon Moore, but separate, there's really not much I can think of to do with them that's going to be relevant. You really don't need them separate. You have enough guys in the X division. You have enough lower mid-card guys going for like the TV title, and I just don't see either guy as world title material. So I think you split them up. They're just 2 mid-carders that really aren't going to do much, and making them heel, you got enough heels. You need some. You need them. They're more useful as baby faces than they are as heels. Yes, they're unconventional looking faces, but faces still. I mean, hell, Jesse Neal's a freaking war veteran. The guy survived a terrorist attack. People aren't. It's gonna take a lot to boo him, especially if you mention that. So kill this dissension between Ink Inc. Kill this Shannon Moore possibly going heel. Kill both of those. Alright, next part of the setup. I've said it in a couple videos that I think Beer Money is gonna lose the tag team titles to Hernandez and Anarchia at some point before Slammiversary, and that would be part of my setup. So I would have Hernandez and Anarchia take on Ink Inc. in a #1 contenders match. You could do like any week on Impact leading up to Sacrifice. Mexican America cheats and wins. They're the #1 contenders. They get the title shot against Beer Money, and Immortal interferes, causing Beer Money to lose. Hernandez and Anarchia win the tag team titles. So now Mexican America has both the men's and women's tag team titles. So after Slammiversary, that's where we really kick things off. Immortal has been defeated. Dixie Carter's back in control. All has been set right in the world of TNA. Ink Inc. challenges Mexican America for the tag team titles, and basically my setup is that Ink Inc. keeps coming really close to beating them. You play up the evil foreigner, the old school evil foreigner game. You know, they come out here, they talk shit about America. You know, Jesse Neal's like a war veteran. You know, the dude survived a terrorist attack. You know, play that up, man. Yeah, he's a little unorthodox looking. He doesn't fit the look of the traditional all-American wrestler, but he has a real story. Go with that, man. And he's pissed that these 2 chumps come out here and they're talking shit about his country, and him and his partner Shannon plan on shutting them up and taking those tag team titles back for America. But they keep coming so close. But Mexican America always has Sarita and Rosita on the outside to interfere. Then they need backup. You know, they could go for Velvet Sky, but Velvet still has her issues going with Winter and Angelina, so she's not really able to do much to help them. They need some backup. So what Inc. is going to do, they're going to bring in 2 women to back them up, and we're going to introduce 2 new women to the TNA roster. Now the first, and I'll put some pictures of them in this video, will be Christina Von Eerie. Christina has actually done some dark matches with TNA where she was like teamed with Inc. and was their valet, and in real life she actually is, I believe she's Jesse Neal's girlfriend in real life, and there's been talk about her coming into TNA as like the manager slash valet of Inc. for months now, but she still hasn't debuted. I mean, she looks like them. She has the mohawk and she has tattoos, and she totally looks like she should be with Inc. And if you see the pictures of them together, which I'll find and put in this video, they're a great fit together. Now another woman who also fits their look, although she doesn't have as many tattoos, she doesn't work the mohawk, but she's done some stuff with Christina Von Eerie in NWA Hollywood, is Buggy. If you watch my NWA Hollywood reviews, you've seen Buggy, and I've made it clear that I really like Buggy. I like her look. I think she's just gorgeous, and she fits the look. She has the punk girl look too. So I would bring in Buggy and Christina Von Eerie, and they're part of Inc. So now the thing is even, and what this is a faction feud. It is a two guy 2-girl faction feuding with a 2-guy 2-girl faction. I don't think that's ever been done. You don't really have factions of males and female wrestlers together in factions much, and they're feuding with each other. And you can do one-on-one matches between the guys and one-on-one matches between the girls, tag matches between the guys and girls. You could do mixed tags and intergender tags and stuff. At some point, let's see, this is Slammiversary is in June, so we get late June. So July, not Victory Road's not July. That's Destination X now. That would be the first time Inc. gets screwed. August, sometime in August, they have another shot on TV, and that's when you'd bring in there'd be a couple of matches on TV where the girls interfere to help Mexican American win. So late August is when I debut Christina and Buggy. September pay-per-view, Christina and Buggy would beat Sarita and Rosita for the women's tag team titles. Okay, and then we would lead up to a match at Bound for Glory. And what I would do at Bound for Glory is try a new concept. Mexican America demands a rematch for the women's tag belts. They want their matches back. So what he says, we'll give you a title shot on our terms, which is titles for titles. You put up your tag titles, we'll put up these tag titles, and we'll have a intergender double title ladder match. The women's tag titles and the men's tag titles are up for grabs. The team that wins, their team takes both titles. So the guys are willing to put up. So you have Inc. have the women's tag belts, their group as a whole. They put those belts up, those 4, and then Mexican America has their 4. Where you put those belts, where they put their the men's tag titles up, and they have an 8-person intergender tag match at Bound for Glory. I was thinking ladder match. It doesn't have to be a ladder match, but I think the concept of these 8 people, both teams of women and both teams of guys, have the talent to pull off an entertaining ladder match and have it in winner takes all, a double title intergender tag team ladder match. And that's what I would do at Bound for Glory. Anything else? This is a pretty short video. Matter of fact, this isn't even 10 minutes yet. So yeah, I think that's all I want to say about this video. As always, I very much appreciate feedback. As always, I know not everybody's gonna like them. If you just want to bash it and tell me it sucks, but don't just go overboard with the bashing. Don't go overboard with praise, because then it sounds fake. So leave your comments, your thoughts about this potential feud. Before anyone asks, no, I'm not sure what the other tag teams will be doing at around this time, but there's plenty of tag teams in TNA, and you could do some non-title feuds. Hell, Beer Money and Machine Guns could do some matches, and neither of those teams really needs to be tag team champions anymore. And they can still put on some great damn matches. This is the Shadow Ranger. Thank you for listening. If you like my videos, please subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at TJSMITH3. Have a nice day.